Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com, where you can find the link to the website in the description below. There's been turmoil in the global stock market. Investors are worried, and as a result, S&P 500 is down about 6% since November of 2024. The index is also down more than 8% year to date. But on the plus side, it's up 6.5% over the last 12 months. Some sectors are getting hit hard more than the others. The energy sector is one of the worst performers over the last year and also one of the worst performers so far in 2025. One big problem, of course, is should fears of recession materialize, demand for crude oil and gas would slump. With that said, for now, the outlook for domestic oil and gas producers remains solid, and that should benefit oil and gas exploration companies like MV Oil Trust. They're traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol MVO. John?
Thanks, Mo. Yeah, MV Oil Trust is, as you can imagine, an oil and gas exploration and production company that holds interests in the oil and natural gas properties of MV Partners LLC in Kansas and Colorado. Whereas most oil and gas production companies spend millions of dollars drilling new sites, MV Oil focuses on getting as much as it can out of existing operations. Then it gives the vast majority of its profits to unit holders. Now, on the plus side, because MV Oil Trust pays out all of its cash flow to investors, this dividend yield can be exceptionally high. At the same time, its oil and gas wells will eventually run dry. When I wrote about the partnership in February 2022, it had approximately 900 oil and gas wells. And back when I wrote on it in November 2024, it had 850 wells. Now, as of December 31st, 2024, it had 840 wells, but it has a projected reserve life of over 35 years. So there's still some oil and gas in the foreseeable future.
If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video. And John, I see that it increases first quarter distribution to 27.5 cents per unit.
Well, yeah, as its name suggests, MV Oil Trust is a trust. And that means it has to pay out virtually all of its free cash flow to investors. That's great news when the economy is running on all cylinders, but can result in lower distributions when the economy is weak or we're in a recession. Now, in the first quarter of 2025, MV Oil generated 140,509 barrels of oil equivalent at an average price of $67.77 per barrel of oil equivalent. This resulted in gross proceeds of $9.5 million. Now, this resulted in a quarterly distribution of $3.16 million or 0.275 cents per unit. That works out to $1.50 per unit on an annual basis for a pretty massive yield of 15.92%. Now, because the price of oil fluctuates, the company's cash flow and distribution payouts will too. For example, in the fourth quarter of 2024, it paid out 24 cents per unit. And in the third quarter, the distribution was 33 cents per unit.
MVO units are up more than 9% over the last month.
Yeah, MVO units took a big hit in January. It could have been over, concerns about the economy. But the moves also could be tied to the company's quarterly payouts. The company lowered its fourth quarterly dividend to 24 cents per unit, then raised it to 27.5 cents per unit in the first quarter. And MVO units have actually been inching higher since the beginning of March. Over that time, MVO units have climbed, as of this recording, roughly 25%. MVO units are also at 14% over the last 5 trading days and 8.5% over the last month. Now, it's tough, of course, to gauge what will happen to MVO stock in the best of times, let alone, during current economic uncertainty. One thing is certain, though, dividends can help smooth out the volatility.
John, thank you so much for your insights. MV Oil Trust is an oil and gas exploration and production company with an underlying reserves life of over 35 years. This certainly provides unit holders with an earnings window that stretches decades. But because of supply and demand metrics and the price of oil and gas, the partnership earnings and dividends fluctuate. And that's something unit holders have to keep in mind. But so as long as MVO is pulling oil and gas out of the ground, unit holders will be on the receiving end of reliable variable dividend. That's it for today. And make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.